Good morning. It's your girl here. How you living? How you living? I am so excited today, you guys. This will be my first beaded tutorial in I don't know how long. And I was so excited to create these. I am calling these the Dragon's Eye component. These are so beautiful. So let me show you. Get a little close look here. I made this component, there we go, yesterday morning, and I fell in love with it. Oh my goodness, let me see if I can fix the zoom here. Uh, there we go. And I just fell in love with them. Absolutely fell in love with them. I made this one here into a pair of earrings. I hope that is clear. So I made these into a pair of earrings. Absolutely love these. These here will probably go to my daughter. She really likes them. And then, let me fix this. There we go. And then I made this one here. So pretty. I just used a different Rivoli in the center. And it's smaller than this one here. Well, yeah, I think it's smaller than this one. Anyway, so I made these into a pair of earrings as well. They turned out so good. And then I created this one. It's going to be a pendant. I put a couple loops to be different up top. So a chain can be put through or whatever. And I have a crystal dangle at the bottom. So what I'm going to teach you today, show you how to make today, is just the dragon's eye component. Um, next week I will come back and show you how to turn it into something different. Or I might do it today. You just never know. You never know about me. But as of today, we're going to do the dragon's eye component. So let me set these to the side here and show you what you're going to need. So the first thing you're going to need is some Rivolis. Now I use two different kinds. Okay, these here was sent to me, and this is what I made the first component with. I don't know what size they are because they didn't have a size when I got them, but they are pointed back Rivoli. So there is those, or you can use these here. You can get these pretty much anywhere anymore, but I think these come from Kelly Dale off the Beaded Path. And I think these are 6. I don't know. I don't even think they're 6. I don't know what they are. Um, again, when they was given to me, they didn't have uh, a size on them. So you can use one of these two. You'll just have to adjust your super duo size accordingly. So if you use these, you will need 24 super duos. If you use these, you will need 18 super duos. So I'm going to use one of these today. You're going to need some 11OC beads. I am just using some, um, as some like to call them, crappy sea beads. They're not uh, uniform in size. So you're going to need just a small amount of them. And you're going to need some super duos. The ones that I'm going to use today are chalk tavertite. I can't pronounce the word, so I probably just butchered it. And these are 2.5 by 5 millimeters. These here I got at Hobby Lobby, and they are beautiful. Absolutely love these. So you're going to need 24 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24. Now I'm going to leave some of these up here because I don't know if any of the hoses are clogged in them. That is something else that you'll have to check before uh, tying it into your project, is to make sure that both hoses on the superduos are unclogged. You're also going to need some beading thread. I got Wildfire, and this is 0.006 at Walmart, and this is white. I am going to use, what am I going to use today? I don't know. I don't know. I got black on here. I think I'll use black for video purposes, maybe. I've already got it on there, so that's what we're going to do. So I have Fireline 6-pound charcoal black is what I have on my needle, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so to get started, and I can't zoom in anymore. I've got it already zoomed in as much as I can. So first thing you're going to need to do is pick up a C bead and drop it. And you're going to need to pick up 8 super duos. So what I like to do is I like to pick my duo up and look through, and if I can see through the other hoe, it's unclogged. But you definitely want to make sure that you do it. And you're going to do that 8 times. I hope y'all are doing well and having a good start to your day. My day has started out wonderfully. My dude was a little rambunctious this morning, which is normal. If y'all have been around here for a little bit, or if you're just new here, uh, my dude is my 8-year-old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put 2 more here. And he is autistic and ADHD, so he's a little rambunctious in the mornings. And pretty much all the time. But he is an amazing young man. So our mornings are a little wild here. Okay, so you have, if you start with a C bead, you don't need to end with the C bead, but if you start with a duo, end with the C bead. So there is 8. You want to pull that all the way down to the end of your thread. And then what I'm going to do is just take it and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Pull it. You want it tight, but not super, super tight. You don't want it flimsy. So, and I'm just going to add the knot there. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through a few beads to pull that knot in the bead. So when you go to cut your knot off, your thread off, it isn't, you're not going to cut by the knot. And you're going to pull that all the way through. And then you're going to take your thread and your needle, and you're going to go up through the top hole of the duo where your thread's coming out. Now, this is what you should have. Let me fix my, there. And we'll cut that working thread off soon enough, but we're going to leave it on for right now. Now, you're going to pick up a C bead, a duo, and a C bead. and you're going to go and go, you're going to go, as soon as that focus, you're coming out of this duo. Why is that not focusing? You're coming out of this duo. You're going to come through the top hoe of the duo that's across from the one you're coming out of. And pull. And you're going to do that all the way around, just picking up 111-0, 1 superduo, and an 11-0. Again, go in the top hoe of the duo across from where you're coming out of. And you're just going to pull it through, just like that. And you're going to, like I said, keep doing that all the way around. Now, I could pause this and go ahead and do it, but I'm not going to because this gives us also a time to catch up as well. Now, what I'm hoping to do with the component that I'm making today is making a few more and making a bracelet out of it. I absolutely love these duos and just the Picasso look of it, of the duo just gives it such class, I think, and uniqueness. I think, I don't know. I just think it looks cool, honestly. I haven't made any out of the other duos, but I'm looking forward to doing that and to seeing what it looks like and how I would style it. Style it with other beats, anyway. Oh no, and a 11-0. And pull your thread. Now, you don't want to pull super tight, but you want to have a good tension on it. Like I said, you don't want your piece to be floppy at all. Okay, so now we're to where we started. So you want to take a 11-0, a super duo, and an 11-0. And you want to take and go through, let me zoom in, not zoom in, but focus this. There we go. You want to go in this duo, and then you're going to pull your thread, and then you will go through the seed bead and the first duo that you added on. Oh no, go through the seed bead. See, I just said go through the seed bead, and then I skipped it. So go through the seed bead, like that, and then go through the top hoe of the duo that you, the first duo you added on. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my working thread because it's getting in my way. And where's that? There you are. Now, if you have a thread burner, that would work great. I need to get me another thread burner. Okay. Let me fix this. Okay. So now that you've stepped up, you want to get do another round of super uh of seed bead and super duo. I can't think. And you want to go do what you did on the last round, go all the way around, going through the top hoe of the super duo across from where you're coming out of. And then we will start casing in our Rivoli here. This is a very simple and fast component to make. You can make several of these and make a bracelet, a necklace. It is just that quick to put together. That's what I like about it. Now you can do this. You can encase one of these doing peyote stitch, but honestly, I don't like peyote stitch. I don't. It just, I don't know why. It's not necessarily hard, um, but it just never turns out for me. Very, very seldom does it. So I just absolutely, if I can avoid doing it, I do. Because it is not my friend. Now, a lot of people say that right angle weave is hard to do, and I love right angle weave. But my favorite stitch for beading is the herringbone stitch. Love that one. So versatile. Okay, you've got one more. So just like the last one, you want to go through, you want to pick up your seed bead, your duo, and your seed bead. And then you're going to go through the duo that you originally come out of, this and the seed bead next to it. Oh, and then pull it through. Good tension on it. And then you want to go through the duo. And pull that close. Now that's going to start cupping, and that's what you want. And then while you're holding a good tension on it, go through that duo and pull your thread. Okay, so this is what we have. Let me get a good, there we go. Now what you're going to do is you are going to pick up a seed bead, and then you're going to go across the last duos, the ones sticking up. You're going to go through them. So just pick up a seed bead and you're going to pull it tight to where it looks like that, where it bunches up. Okay? And you're going to go and keep doing that, picking up a seed bead, going through the top hoe of the duo straight across, and you're going to pull it. And as you can tell, it's cupping in, and that's what you want because you want to make sure the backside of your component is is very tight, not very tight, good tension, tight, so your Rivoli does not fall out. That would be very sad if that happened. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my Rivoli in here, and then I'm going to pull the thread tight and hold my Rivoli in there. You want to pick up an 11-0 and you want to go through this super duo across from where you're coming out of, and you want to pull. Pick up an 11-0, go through the next top hoe of the super duo, and you want to pull. So it's going to start looking like that. And pick up a duo, go through the top hoe of the next super duo, and then you want to go pick up another seed bead, And this time you go through, whoa, you go through the super duo and pull it tight. Oh, make sure your Rivoli's in there like it should be. So let me lay this down. There we go. All right. So your Rivoli's in there. Now you want to go through all of what you just added on. Go all the way through it. The duos and the seed beads while pulling tight. If I can get my hands to work. I'm going to lay mine on my workstation because it just makes it easier for me. And I'm going to hold the Rivoli and I'm going to pull tight. Keep going through all of the C beads and the super duos. Now I do this a couple times to make sure that it is good and tight. Again, you don't want to put this together and then your Rivoli fall out. That would just be horrible. And I have done that more times than I care to mention. And I like to put my needle down and just pull it really tight. I am very sometimes I pull too tight, but I can't help it. I have after messing up that one time and my Rivoli falling out, I was so upset. I was not happy at all. And come on, pull it tight. Yes, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Pity, pity, pity. I'm super happy. Now you can go through it 2 or 3 times if you wish to. The only thing it's going to do is just make it more secure. That is totally up to you. A couple times is good. Um, I've gone through 3 or 4 times, but I don't want to go through no more. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under the thread bridge. Let me. Oh, oh, oh. There you go. I'm going to go in between the seed bead and the duo with my needle. And I'm going to leave a little loop. And I'm going to go through that loop. And I'm going to pull my thread to where it sets in between. So it's my working thread is tied on to the thread holding the beads together underneath that. So you're doing a half hitch knot. And I'm going to do that a couple times. And then we are going to see what we're going to do from there. Go ahead and fix my focus. And I'm going to add a couple more knots in my piece here. And I'm just going to I'm going to go up through the duo and through another seed bead, pulling my thread, good tension, always good tension. Do another half hitch knot. All right. So that leaves you with, let me get the zoom working. There we go. That beautiful piece. There we go. That is so pretty, you guys. Absolutely love that. Now, as I said earlier, you can do so many different things with these. You can make it a bracelet. You can make earrings like I did. You can uh, turn it into a pendant like I did. This would be beautiful even as a ring. Absolutely gorgeous as a ring. And I love rings. You can do it. You could make a beaded chain and just have that as the focal as a bracelet, which would be very pretty as well. So there that is. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more knots into this and just work my way up through my piece. Go. These are so simple, like I said, to make. As you can tell, it don't take no time at all. Um, 25 minutes, I think, is where I'm at for time. And we have made one of these. And I think the only reason why it took 25 minutes, because really you can whip this up probably in probably 15 minutes, maybe. I don't know. But they're quick. And you can make use some beautiful components to make bracelets or whatever out of. You can even just use it as like a little on a keychain for a little charm. That would even be just as pretty. So there is the dragon's eye. Let me go ahead and cut that string off, my thread off. There we go. Let's hold this up so you can see it again. Oh my goodness. I love this. So there is the dragon's eye component. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any, I'm trying to find, there we go. If you have any questions, please drop a comment down below and I will be happy to answer them. And I will be back with another video either tomorrow or next week, hopefully tomorrow. And I will show you how to turn this into, I don't know, maybe a ring. I really like the ring aspect of it. So there it is, the dragon's eye component. Thank you guys for being here, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's so nice to do a beading tutorial for the first time in forever. So have a great rest of your day, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, have a good day. Thank you. Bye.